welcome back to Surviving the Badge Bar. Two cops in bar talking cop shit. All right, we're gonna have fun with this. We're gonna have talk about some stupid criminals this year. So
Dumb
come on,
crooks.
oh, yeah, sorry, dumb crooks. So come on back. All right, we're gonna talk about some stupid criminals. Every once in a while, we just do some weird cop shit, and I want to go through some of these, and then it might spur some stupid. Do you have anything offhand that you think of that you have dealt with, like stupid criminals?
No, I mean, not right off the top of my head, but I'm
Okay.
sure that the ones that you have listed here will spur some good thoughts.
So the first
I'm
one comes
sure.
out of Gladstone, Oregon. This guy comes up and he sees this lone bike on a bike rack, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna steal that bike," right? He walks up with some bolt cutters, and right above where he's doing this, it's Gladstone Police Department. Property of. So he's stealing a police officer's bicycle.
Oh my God! They
It's
probably had police all over the bike.
Yeah. Well, I think it might have been just a personal bike.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't a police. Now that would have been funny shit. But yeah, he walks up to the police department and the bike rack at the police department. So he's sitting there and he's dum, 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 and he's clipping, and inside, I guess dispatcher, whoever's inside, says, "Look at this fucking idiot," and and they walk out. Easiest arrest you ever made. And they said,
"Oh my God!
Hey, bro, what's up?
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands
You're an
behind
idiot."
your back." So they arrest this guy for theft, criminal mischief, and apparently he had a weapon. He was a convicted felon.
Oh my God! That's like the people that have suspended licenses or warrants, driving around with a taillight out or headlight out or hauling ass
Yeah.
speeding. It's
you
like,
know you shouldn't be
dude,
driving.
if I had a suspended license and a warrant, my car would be pristine and I would be putting at no more than like 2 or 3 over the
Right.
speed limit, so I'd look normal.
So
Friggin' idiots.
when I drive, I drive the interstate, and I drive a lot, and I'm going to be going up to Georgia, and we're going up to South Carolina for vacation at Christmas time. I always, when I was in the 3 minutes I was on patrol, and if I was bored, like at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'd run a little bit of traffic. I would give between, like, it depended if it was in the city or if it was in on the interstate, between like 10 and 15. That start stopping around that range.
Me too. Yep.
Right. So if I'm driving, I'm good. If I'm 8 over, I'm pretty safe.
Yep.
Pretty standard. Yeah.
Generally.
Yeah. So when you say that, I'm gonna jump to our last one.
Well, hold on.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So I'm in a fully marked Chrysler. Oh my God, I forget the name of the car. Anyway, it was one of the only police cars. We're talking the mid 90s, and it had driving lights.
1790s.
Shut
Sure,
up.
it wasn't a horse.
It had driving lights on the bottom. Well,
Okay.
none of the cop cars had that.
Yeah.
So I'm driving this damn thing. I ended up giving it to
Is this
John.
when you were in the narcotics unit?
No.
Oh.
It was fully marked.
Oh, fully marked.
Everything
Okay.
fully marked. Coming down the entrance ramp, and this guy in front of me, and he's like doing the speed limit, and I come up on him kind of quick because I was trying to get to a call.
Right.
Call gets canceled, so I slow down, I back off. Well, he takes off,
Okay.
and I'm like, okay, you're an idiot, okay, fine. So
You're an idiot.
I'm following him, and we get up, and the speed limit in that area was 65 on the interstate. He gets up to like 90 miles an hour, and I'm right behind him.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, that's fast enough. We're
Right.
putting people in danger. Say
Yeah.
the blue lights, walk up there, and he goes, oh, and I see him throw his hands up like this when I put the blue lights on. I walk up there and I go, dude, I was right behind you. He goes, man, you had like the fog lights, the driving lights. I didn't think you were a cop. I thought you wanted to race. And I'm like, I'm always up for a good race. Problem is, I'm in a
gonna
freaking cop
win.
car.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's
it
fun.
was kind of funny.
It's funny you mentioned that because it just reminded me of something. I don't know, 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
Intrepid. It was a Dodge Intrepid. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
That's what it
Yeah,
was. It just came to me. Yeah.
So, I was a detective, and we got called out, or I got called out. It was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm unmarked car, but it has lights and siren and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I get on the interstate, and I'm heading down, and as I'm getting down on the interstate, this guy pulls up beside me, and he's like, "Let's go." And I'm kind of getting it because I need to get to the scene, right? And he's just
Were you
staying.
in the old Taurus?
Yeah, old Taurus, right?
Oh God,
Which,
the old silver Taurus.
oh no, I had a red one. Yeah,
Oh,
remember
that's
the red
right.
one? Yeah.
That's right. The burgundy red one. Yeah.
So I'm trying to get it, right? And this guy, he's like staying up with me, and I'm getting up 90, 95. I'm like, all right, this guy obviously wants to race. I hit the red and blues. I'm like, where'd you go, bro?
Where'd you go, bro? I thought you wanted to
Right.
race. Chicken shit.
Exactly. So you mentioned driving when you shouldn't be driving. I'll jump to number 5. So this knucklehead in Michigan. So this happened, and apparently they're doing a lot of Zoom they're doing they're doing a lot of Zoom calls for traffic.
Corey Harris is his name.
And remember when they took it out of the courtroom, and they had a what was it, a hearing officer or hearing?
Yeah, and they put it in like the city halls and stuff.
Yeah. Now, did they move that back, or is that still a thing for traffic?
It's a hearing officer, but it's at the courthouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's got a Zoom call with the judge about a charge for Dwillis, driving while license suspended. So he goes on this Zoom call. And he's on the Zoom call, and the judge probably hears, and the judge says, "Sir, are you driving?"
No, he says, "Hold on, I'm pulling in now."
I know, but the judge
I'm parking.
But the judge says, "Are you driving?"
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he says, "Hold on a second, I'm pulling into the parking lot now."
Yeah.
and he's on a hearing for his arrest for driving while license suspended.
Court calls case People versus Corey Harris.
Conrad Siller on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Tate for Mr. Harris, who should be present via Zoom.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
Great. You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks if the court would allow.
Okay. So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended,
That is correct, Your Honor.
and he was just driving. And he didn't have a license.
Is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at his
Yes.
record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended and he's just driving.
And he goes, yes. I mean, come on, man. It's like they say on the football thing with Randy Moss and those guys. Come on, man.
Hey, we've got a few more here, but before we go any farther, let's talk about our whiskey today from our sponsor. What do we got, LT?
We have the Glenlivet Caribbean Reserve. Hopefully you can see that. I believe you can. It has a little bit, they say, a little bit of like a fruit taste.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if it's in there, it's really
Yeah, subtle.
light. It's so subtle you can hardly taste it. but it's super smooth. I got it at ABC. It's probably like, I think it's like $36, $37 a bottle. But it is really smooth if you like Scotch, and I recommend it highly. I would say on the Scotch level, I'm going to give this probably a good 7.8.
Yeah, I neither you or I are big Scotch people.
No.
We've had some really
We like bourbons.
We like bourbons. We've had some really horrible ones that your son gave me to pawn off on me because he hated it so much.
Oh, and I've had like some red breast or something.
And you know what I did with that scotch? I gave it to my son-in-law. I'm like, here you go. And he gave me some Crown. I think I won in that deal.
Oh, you damn sure did. So what do you give it?
I give it a 6.5. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've had some good scotch. My son gave me some scotch that was mellowed out in sherry barrels.
Right.
And that was really nice. So,
but you have to look at the price too.
Right.
I mean,
True.
in price wise, this is right up there.
And it's a single malt as opposed to a blend. So
it
that's
is a
good.
single malt, and it's good. And for the price, yeah, like I said, I give it a high 7s.
Yeah.
So
all right. So our whiskey moment for this episode is brought to you by our sponsors, and here's a word from them.
Contact Mainstreet Realty for all your real estate needs. This power team includes Tom Clem, a veteran Marine and retired law enforcement professional. Hey, thanks Mainstreet Realty and the Kristen and Tom Clem group. Coasters to Coast is their motto.
Nice.
And they sponsored a contest for us.
Yes, they
If
did.
you look a couple videos back on the oven death from Walmart, we put a
What were you going to name that?
I don't know. We're not going to name it what you said. I can tell you that. That's terrible. But we are going to, we are having a contest, and it's on that show. So go back and look for the Walmart oven death. I don't know the title yet because we're recording all these the same night. But
you'll find it.
We have a contest in there where you can enter to win $50 Amazon gift card right before Christmas. So
Nice.
Good deal.
Very nice.
Yeah, we appreciate you sponsors. Thank you.
All right. So, as we're talking about shit, now I've got another one that
okay.
Our buddy Todd, who's still on the job,
Nat.
Yeah, Nat. He was my partner for a while, and he was in a court hearing, and this guy, I think he arrested him for suspended license or something.
Right.
And he, after like the hearing and stuff, he sees this guy leave and get in a car and drive off.
Right.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And so he follows him. Right. He runs the tag. It's a stolen car.
Oh Jesus.
So the guy
So he
goes to the
court.
courthouse in a stolen vehicle with a suspended license.
Bro, you can't make this shit up, man. I'm telling you,
he's telling me that, and I'm like, oh my god.
Well, they finally put cameras at our courthouse up here in Seminole County. They put cameras,
Okay.
and the bailiffs, what do you call them? The court deputies.
Right.
They don't call them bailiffs anymore. The court deputies actually watch the cameras, so when they convict somebody or they say somebody's in a suspended license, they watch the parking lot. And if the dumbass goes and gets in a car, they call the guy that's cruising the parking lot for security, who's a deputy.
How are they supposed to get home, LT?
You know what, man? If you're that goddamn stupid, then you deserve to go to jail. I'm sorry, but Jiminy Christmas.
All right, so Prince George County, Maryland. This guy breaks into a restaurant. He takes a brick and he smashes through the window. And
I've heard of this one.
and he's in there and he's stealing shit and he's trying to get into like where the good stuff is. And there's a bulletproof. Slow down. Bulletproof.
Say that again.
Glass. And he takes a brick and he smashes it and bounces off. Throws it and bounces off. Throws it a third time. Hits him in the head. Knocks his ass out. Cops come and arrest him.
That's almost as bad as the guy that committed the burglary where we used to work, and he drops his damn wallet and it had his ID in it. He breaks into a house and he drops his damn wallet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the investigators get there, Camille, and some others, they get there and they're like, we call that
This
a
is
clue.
going to take a long investigation.
Opened it up, pulled it out, and said, went right to his house and picked his ass up. I'm like, really? Oh my God.
I don't know who it was, but there was somebody who caught a burglary in progress in our old agency, and it was while everybody was wearing the thing was wearing your pants low, and he was running off, and the pants fell down and caught him,
Busted his ass. Yeah. You can't fix stupid, bro.
Yeah, I know.
You can't fix stupid.
So this next guy, he in Georgia, Gwinnett County, Georgia. This guy is going around. He's committing robberies and he's bank robberies. He's doing all this. And between one bank robbery and him casing out another bank robbery, it just so happens that there's a news crew that is filming, one of those, what is it, man on the street interviews.
Yeah.
And it's about, what do I have here? It's about transit issues in the county. So they're like, hey, can we talk to you about some transit issues? Like, sure.
Public transit.
Public transit. So while on video, he takes his hat, his do-rag off that he wore during the robberies, and
Which he was going to use as a mask.
yeah, and he's talking to these people. Yeah, my opinion on public transit, blah 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 blah.
And he gives his real name.
And he gives his real name to the press, and they go, and the people who were at the, dude, that's the guy who robbed us.
Police say in the midst of robbing banks, this guy made time for a TV interview. A reporter in Georgia was doing a traffic story when she asked for his opinion. She says before going on camera, he asked to take off the same headwear you see in these surveillance pics.
Gwinnett doesn't really have its own public transportation, so MARTA coming out here would definitely help out a lot.
Right after the interview, police say he even moved in on another bank. His MO, handing bank tellers a paper with demands claiming to be armed. When police saw the alleged suspect on local news, they contacted the reporter.
But I never thought an alleged bank robber would let me interview him in between his hits.
Same clothes, same everything. Oh my God.
Yeah. All right.
Well, you know what? If all criminals were extremely smart, our job would be
a lot more difficult.
Our old job, would be so much harder.
I remember I was on patrol for the 3 minutes, and we got a call, and this guy had run to the police department.
I think 3 minutes is stretching.
A little bit of stretch.
Bro. Yeah.
So he runs to the police department, and these guys beat the dog snout of this guy in the police department parking lot. Video cameras, everything.
And it wasn't the cops.
No, it was not the cops.
Wasn't the cops.
And yeah, they were chasing this guy. Let me back up. They were chasing this guy, and he pulls into the police department. He's buzzed because it's at night. And these guys just come and beat him up right there. And I'm on patrol, and I'm right there on the road. The main road, the old police department.
Yeah.
And they're pulling out as I'm just pulling right down, and I pull right behind him and catch. I mean, luckily I catch him, but yeah, people are idiots.
Can't fix stupid, man.
So
all right, what about Oklahoma?
Oh, Oklahoma.
Come on, Oklahoma. It's got to be a good one. It's Oklahoma.
So this guy breaks into, you have a neighborhood, and he breaks into a house down the street, and he steals some stuff from this lady's house, and
$4,000.
Yeah, $4,000 worth of stuff. And one of them's a deep fryer, right?
Who the fuck steals a deep fryer?
I don't know, man.
Bro wanted some fried food,
right?
man. Come on.
So
I can't hate a guy for wanting
he's got
some
this deep fryer tucked under his arm.
Did it have grease in it still?
He's got grease still in it. It's splashing around. So he's running down the street, and he runs to his house, and the cops get there, and they're like,
follow the grease.
Why don't we just follow this grease? Goes right to his house.
Oh my God!
And they put the habeas corpus on this knucklehead. So
grease spurts that started from the woman's home and led to the neighbor's backyard. Well, that'd be easy for the dog to follow. Come on, Fido, just follow the freaking fried chicken
that's the best trail I've ever had.
Fried fish. Oh my God, that's freaking great, man.
Right.
That is great. I love the ones where they leave the blood all over everywhere.
Oh yeah.
They break into a house.
Right. Cut themselves.
And they cut the shit out of themselves, and they got blood everywhere.
Yeah.
And they still go in and they steal, you know, whatever they steal, and then they leave. Dude, this
All
isn't
that
the
evidence. All of that.
1920s. We have freaking DNA.
Yeah.
And yes, it takes a little while on just a simple burglary to get back, but my God, we can match your ass up like, bing, you're done. I mean, you know, it's better than a fingerprint.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easier to obtain.
Right. Yep.
Take
Absolutely.
a little swab, bing, in the
Dunzo.
tube, you're done.
Yep.
I mean, it's funny, man. People are so freaking stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid.
All right, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this like we've enjoyed doing
But let's
it.
Let's invite them. Guys, if you know of a crazy, stupid criminal story, please put it in the comments. We will look it up because we're going to start trying to do one of these a month or one every couple months because these are fun. I mean, they're a blast and everybody loves a stupid criminal story. So if you give us some, you know, material, we'll look it up and we'll do it on the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sounds good.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We really appreciate it, guys.
All right. And as always, remember at Surviving the Badge,
we still got your 6. Please be careful out there.